Okay, so go to your Google Drive. New folder. Okay, new folder. I made mine up last period with period 1. Last name, comma, first name, dash geometry for me. Okay, so make a new folder up for me. Last name, comma, first name, dash geometry. And then in that folder, I need you to make 2 folders within that, a homework one and a test/quizzes one for me. Okay, so again, you have your own folder. Last name, comma, first name, dash geometry, and then within that folder, homework, test, quizzes, 2 folders. So what you guys are going to do is either one of 3 ways when you do the homework. Kami, Squid, if you're familiar with it, or just take a picture. Pop it in your homework folder. Monday, March, what's Monday going to be? 16th, homework. Pop it in your folder, or homework folder for me. Because what I'm going to do later on today is organize it by period and put you guys all in the same period. Okay? Last thing you got to do is go back to your original folder. Go back to your folder that you named with your last name, comma, first name, dash geometry, and share that bad boy with me. There should be, right, you can click on it. There should be this little icon up above with the plus sign next to it. Leave it editing right so I can at least move it around. And then start typing in my name there as I get about 25 emails right now, as you can hear the phone blowing up back there. Yeah, I got about 55 right now between you and period 1. Okay, so everyone good with our plan? Everyone good with the plan? Now, I haven't just made this decision yet, but if we are out an extended period of time, I'm going to have to send you quizzes. And you guys have to do those on your own. I get it. You know, you can text each other. I got to send it, though, all right, because I got to get some grades in other than homework grades. So, again, you pop it in your test and quizzes, all right? I will email those to you and probably attach it on Aspen, all right? Any questions how this is going to go? Any questions how this is going to go for math? Daily video, daily assignment, check it on Aspen, pop it in your homework folder so I can check it. And then maybe I might send you a test or quiz and a Google Meet every other day, every third day to see how things are going and answer any questions you guys may have. Okay, yes?
How do we know that the Google Meet is like the same?
I'm going to email you. Yeah, I'm going to say Google Meet Tuesday, March 17th, 8:45 a.m. with a link to click on if you're interested in joining us. Okay. And I know, you know, it is early in the morning, especially when you're at home and you probably don't want to get out of bed. So I realize that, and maybe I want to do it at noon or 1, but I can't take you away from your other classes. I'm not going to fight for students with other teachers. All right, so period 2 is our period. That's when it's going to be. Would I love to have all the honors geometry kids in there at once and organize it that way and do it all in one shot? Sure. But I'm not going to take away from bio, earth science, English, et cetera, if they're doing that as well. Okay? So that's why it's just going to be during our period 2 time, as early as it is. Questions? We're all good? In case this is the last time or sometime next week, hopefully cross our fingers, we're all here on Monday together. All right? Questions at all? Okay, shut them down. We do have some work to get done today. Yes. Okay, homework from last night. Let's get it. And some other things popped to my mind about this too, because we do so many unique things in here. Is like, what if I'm taping the video at home for you to watch the next day, and all of a sudden Promethean Man comes up? I'll just be like, oh, that stinks. Going on to the next one. Yep. Well, or I'll just be, what do you want? I can't hear you. What do you want? Can't hear. Oh, sorry. Let's go. But the thing is, though, it's not going to be live when I'm doing it. You guys will be watching it after the fact. And then Survivor, what do I do? Just have you guys hold up a sheet of paper with the name? That'd get a little awkward, huh? And then whoever gets voted out, I'll just mute and disable their camera. So literally, it's all black now. So. It's probably going to be a mess, but we'll get through it. Right? I'll do whatever I can. I'll do whatever I can for you. Somebody asked last period, well, are they still going to have Regents exam? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay.
There's no way we're gonna be home for that.
But if they do, this class is going to be ready to roll. All right. You're not going to be at any disadvantage. Okay. All right. Last night, translations. Function notation, vector, or the other notation with the capital T. Any of those you want to go over right now? Any of those notations I got to review? Or anything from the homework? And if we all are here, no interruption, remember, quiz is Wednesday next week. Okay? Nothing? Okay, let me see what you have. And then we got to figure out how to do constructions with your translations. All right, translations with your compass and straight edge. Personally, I feel like this is the toughest one out of the four we're going to do. All right, reflection wasn't that bad because we've done those constructions before. Make a perpendicular line, copy it over. All right, this is not as new as I'd like it to be. So going into a translation construction, what will you be given? You'll be given two things. Take a look at this first one down below. You will always be given a figure to translate, in this case, triangle FDE. And most importantly, you're going to be given a vector to show me where you're translating it. Now let's review yesterday. What is the purpose of a vector? Two purposes. One is to show you the direction I'm going to slide. And the second purpose is how far, the distance, which is basically we're going to slide F, D, and E this way, that distance. Okay? It drives me nuts when kids do translations and the darn thing ends up on the other side of the line. How? How? It's not a reflection. It should end up, right? Everyone agree? Somewhere in that area right there. That's where this should end up. Not over here on the other side of the line, not up here. All right? You're going this way with it. So take this sucker. We're going to slide it this way. First step, measure the vector with your compass. Do not make any marks. Measure the vector, the length of it, because we have to move in that distance with all our points. Real quick class decision, what point do we want to move first? Because we got to move 3 of them eventually. So let F, all right, everyone ready? Everyone's measured the vector. Put your compass on point F. Now let's think about this because we're going to make an arc right now. Does it make sense to make the arc here? There's no shot F is going to be here. How about down here? No, you don't need to make a huge arc here because you kind of know where F should be. So I'm just going to keep it right there. I know F prime's got to be somewhere on that arc right now. Now I just got to match the direction. I know the distance is correct. That distance matches. Somewhere on this arc's going to be F prime. We all in agreement? All right, how do I find it? Now you go to the beginning of your vector with your compass. Beginning of your vector. Pencil point end of it on F, the point you're moving. And anybody know where we're doing from here? We're just going to slide it to the end of the vector. Because I know these have to, hey, see what I'm doing? Hey, take a look at mine. Guaranteed parallel, right? Got to be parallel here. So go to the end of the vector and make an arc so the two intersect. And you have just moved f prime that direction and distance. Distance was taken care of in the first two when we measured the vector. Direction was the second set of steps. All right, one doesn't make you great. What point are we moving now? D, all right, let's go. So again, measure the vector. Open it up. Go to point D now. Remember, now you're doing, your first thing you're doing is the distance. You're taking care of the distance first. And make your arc. Again, be smart about the arc. It doesn't have to be on top, on the bottom. You kind of know where D is going to be. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Now I go from the beginning of the vector to D. And now here's where direction comes into play. I measure the distance from the beginning of the vector to D, and then I go to the end of the vector to make the arc mark. Boom. And there is D prime. And then let's finish it off with E. I don't know if anybody's thinking maybe a shortcut here we'll talk about in the next one. There's E. So again, let's make an arc in the area where E's should be. It's a small distance, but still beginning of the vector to E. End of the vector. There's E prime. And then let's make our triangle. Let's make this beast. When you have a straight edge, it looks better probably. Any issues there? All right, I don't know if you're, the gears might be spinning up in your brain, but let's talk real quick before I just start tackling this next one. What's the first step every single time? Every time I go to a new point, what do you always have to do first? Measure the vector, measure the vector, measure the vector, right? Is the vector getting any bigger or smaller over the course of the same problem? No. So what am I maybe suggesting? If you can handle it? Because all you're doing is remeasuring the vector every time. Anybody know what I'm going to suggest here? Just do every point now, right? So what I'm saying is, if you can handle it, start at point J. There's the arc for J. Now, the only thing I would recommend, and I even do this, is because you're going to have 4 arcs, make sure you know which one belongs with which point. And then I'm going to do it for G. See, I just don't have to go back and remeasure every time. But if you want to still take it step by step, go ahead, guys. It doesn't bother me. I'm just trying to show some of you guys some shortcuts if you can handle it. So I know that's G. So you guys can go ahead, play around if you want. End of the vector to the point. Beginning of the vector to the point, excuse me. Beginning of the vector to the point, end of the vector to the arc. Woo! Again, should not be on the other, nothing should be on the other side of the vector. Nothing. Whew, that is the worst when you didn't make it long enough. Beast. Almost broke that thing. Charlotte. Put out a crack right there. How's it going? Any issues? Don't find yourself on the other side of the line, remember? Okay, now it's time for me to walk around to see how you guys are doing on your own. Let's do it. And then we'll have one more something else after this, but your last construction right here. Have a visual in your mind. This thing should end up around here, which should not be on the other side of the line. Because I mentioned this yesterday, but we only did one, and that's not going to cut it. All right, no compass needed here. Put that away. Okay, no, I'm not going to try. Okay, here we go. Translate each figure for me. So I'm going to take RSTU. We're going to go down 2 to the left 3. Here we go. Nothing needed here. Down 2, left 1, 2, 3. Here's U prime. Down 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, yeah, getting nervous. It's okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Trust me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. S prime. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. T prime. There it is. Make a cute little quadrilateral out of that. Okay, I'm not impressed by that. Here's the second part. Draw the vector that defines what I just did. So draw a vector that shows me you went 2 down, 3 to the left. Yesterday, the easy way around this is what? Starting from a pre-image, right? Don't go from an image. Don't do this to me. We're going in the wrong direction. All right, so from a pre-image point to an image point, you can draw the vector in. Or, again, you want to be showing off. Go from a random point down to 1, 2, 3, and do it from there. Same thing. Showing me the directions and the distance. Okay? Questions from you guys there? All right, you can continue on with the assignment. So, okay, hypothetically, we don't have school on Monday and beyond. Take a picture. Throw it in your shared folder for me under homework. Okay? And then watch the video on Monday, which will be rotations. Watch the video, do the assignment, pop it in the folder. I'll email everyone, hey, we're going to be, I'm sure this goes for all your classes, but mindful every day, a couple times maybe checking your school email. If some of you have never been there before, hi, Kevin. I don't know. That's something I'll determine, and I'll email you. All right. If we'll take the quiz on Wednesday, I'll email you the quiz and say put it in your shared folder by this certain time. Okay. I don't know. I haven't gotten my thought process that far yet. Just want to make sure you guys are our daily basis. Okay. Michael.
Do the quiz like on Squid.
Squid, Cami, or do it on print it out, do it on paper, take a picture, send it to me. All right. I'm pretty flexible with that. All right. But yeah, I'm going to have it due with a decent amount of time frame. So you guys just don't hold on to it and compare stuff. And not that you couldn't anyway, but.
You don't print it out.
I don't know. I guess I'd have to eliminate those. I don't know. Does your stylus fit in your compass?
Do you really want to put the sharp edge of the compass on the screen now?
Oh, well, I have another one.